Amber Vinson, the second Dallas nurse to be diagnosed with Ebola, was moved from Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital late Wednesday and flown to Atlanta. She'll receive treatment at a special biocontainment unit at Emory University Hospital. Fears about Ebola deepened in the U.S. with news of another healthcare worker stricken with the virus after treating Thomas Eric Duncan, who later died from Ebola. Adding to the concern that Vinson flew on a Frontier Airlines flight from Cleveland to Dallas the day before she was diagnosed. Something Centers and Disease Control and Prevention officials say she should not have done while being monitored. Overnight and through Wednesday, hazardous materials cleanup crews disinfected the outside and inside of Vinson's apartment, wearing protective gear and hauling away waste.
I got an emergency message from the property management this morning telling us that there had been a reported case for a healthcare worker from Presbyterian Hospital in the community next door to mine.
Other neighbors found flyers on their doors.
You know, at first it was started in West Africa, then there was one case here, now there's 2, 3, 4, and then now it's right down the street from where I live at now, so it's, you know, it's really nerve-wracking.
A national nurses union says several nurses who had contact with Duncan say the hospital bungled safety protocols while treating Duncan.
Nurses had to interact with Mr. Duncan with whatever protective equipment was available at the time when he had copious amounts of projectile vomiting, diarrhea, and other bodily fluids coming from his body.
The group alleges those nurses went on to treat other patients after being exposed to Duncan. A hospital executive says he wishes things were handled differently from the outset.
I don't think we have a systematic institutional problem. I think the biggest challenge we have right now is obviously first and foremost the care of the 2 patients that we have and the ongoing screening of folks in the community.
Meanwhile, the CDC is alerting 132 other passengers who are on board that Frontier plane, which the airline says has since been decontaminated, but air travelers are concerned.
That's the scary part about it, not knowing, you know, and we're getting all this information minute by minute.
The CDC says everyone who's being monitored for possible exposure should avoid public transportation. John Moan, Associated Press, Dallas.